All right, we're gonna work on the 4Runner today. Look at that. So this here is the shield for the gas tank. So this thing is just, I mean, it's sat. I actually put these rims and tires on it. Makes it look real nice. But you know, it's a project. So my kid came out here and a couple weeks ago, drained the gas tank, got about 6 gallons out of it, and it's just horrible looking gas. So I just took the filler neck off, and then the not overflow, maybe it's overflow, I don't know, I took the other line off. Maybe it's part of the emissions bullcrap. But anyways, so you spend about an hour back here just draining it and getting it ready, and then I just came down here and came down here and took that plate off. Well, while taking that plate off, this thing's got a drain plug. I mean, that would have saved him so much more time. But these guys are pretty rusted. They did move, so that's positive. I mean, the frame's not rusted, though. It's just surface rust, pretty much. Yeah, looking forward to getting this thing going. So anyways, I got to do the gas tank, and then once the gas tank's all cleaned, I'll put the fuel pump in it. Oh, man, I'm getting old. And the fuel pump, I've already replaced the pump. I replaced these wires too. I put a new rivet in there. They were pretty rusty. I mean, this whole thing was pretty rusty. We got it cleaned up pretty good. And yes, this wire is gas and oil safe. I looked it up. This one here is the IAC. I'm probably saying it wrong. IAC valve. Anyways, these were rusted, so my neighbor put these in. And then that'll go back in here underneath the intake. So yeah, so once this gets back under there where it's supposed to be, I did start this when I first got it. It took a little bit to get it started. It didn't have an exhaust, so I put on a factory header that I had, or that I got from my neighbor, and it ran. It just chugged, and you couldn't really accelerate on it. Which I'm thinking, you know, the fuel issue, because it was nasty in there. I do also have a fuel filter right there. So hopefully once I get that going, and then once I get the header on here, this is the other header I'm putting on, which hopefully it fits, because it was a little tight in there. But they can get that all sealed up, and yeah, hopefully she runs. Oh, they bypassed the heater core. Probably got a bad heater core. Sweet. I did drain the radiator because I didn't want it to crack with the winter. Had it for about 2 years now. All right, well, let's get to it. All right, got the trusty Milwaukee light, which this thing kicks ass. Excuse my language. But anyways, we're gonna take these 3 bolts off. One right there, one right there, and one right here. Let's do that. Oh, I got a jack sit on that side. So that when I lower, take the bolts off, I'll move this jack sit on this side, and that'll hold that up. And then I'll do the other side, and then slowly lower it down. Should work out pretty good, hopefully. All right, got those 3 bolts out. This lip right here kind of holds it. See, that's not touching. So I'm guessing you do the front first, and then you do the rear. And then when the rear is done, you just slide this whole thing out and then drop it. I'm still going to keep that right there, though. All right, next up. All right, I'll do these 3. See, look at this. Even if this fits in your impact, Milwaukee impact, that doesn't mean it's for an impact. Oops. All right, let's do this. All right, well, that did not go as planned. I got 2 of them out. And then this third one, where you at, little guy? Sorry about the view. Probably getting car sick. Anyways, that third one is just spinning. On the back side, it feels like they're actually welded nuts, and I'm guessing the weld on that one rusted through or something. So, yeah, let's see what I can figure out. It's coming out. Well, that didn't work out the way I planned. She actually won't budge. I tried those guys on the top side, and still nothing. So, I'm gonna take a break before I break something. You know, sometimes you just gotta take a breather. You know, I think I got an idea. If I drill it, I mean, either way, I can't reuse it, right? Because the solder or the weld on the back side of it for the nut is toast. So I figure if I put these guys on the top side and then use this guy to drill it out, it should work, right? I know I got some metal drill bits here somewhere. And these are impact drill bits. So these will work really good. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Let's do that. I would say that would be a success, right? Nailed it. Alright, and then so yeah. That actually worked better than I thought it would. Alright, now we'll go inside and make sure everything's disconnected, hopefully, on the top side. The one thing I think is not disconnected is the sending unit. But I'll double check. I should probably grab another jack stand and put it on this side. And lower it down real slow. That way if I need to get up on top, I'm not panicking or stretching wires. Alright. Oops. So I undid it, dropped it slowly with the jack here. That way I was able to go inside and then disconnect the fuel solenoid, the fuel gauge, what do you want to call it. So now I'm going to jack this up so I can slide this tank out. And she ugly inside, you'll see. Alright, now, let's see what you can see in here. Yeah. There you go. She a little rusty. Yeah. I don't know that sending unit works. Oops, that fell in. I should probably change that out too. It would be smart, right? It's pretty crazy how just held on by, 6 bolts. I've done a Ford F-250 and it's got straps. The straps go here and there and you lower it. But yeah, she a little rusty. All right, so I put some white vinegar and some baking soda in this and let it sit for about a week. And look at that. I am seriously, sometimes you hear these stories, or not stories, but like, you watch videos on YouTube, and it says to do this and it's going to work, and you do it and it don't work. I still do have a little bit of rust up on top, and that's because I didn't fill actually all the way. I filled about 3/4 of the way because I didn't want, stuff to come out of the, that port and stuff like that. But so just don't fill it up and it should be good to go, right? Yeah, it's a lot better than before. Now I'm going to use the my weed burner here. I'm going to get this nice and hot and then see if I can dry it out. That way it doesn't rust up again. And then put it in. I didn't expect that. So, just torched it, and I saw the rust from the top. It just fell down, which is great, you know? Yeah, that works. Yeah, I'll just vacuum that out. The shop vac. So that actually worked better than I thought it would. Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna wait till this thing cools down now. She's a little hot. I got this thing back in. 2 new nipples put on there. It's the yak valve, or IAC, or whatever the hell they call it. And then I got the header on. That was a little tight squeeze. And now it's time to slide the fuel tank back in. So this should be fun. And then after that's all done, I gotta put this guy back in, and I'll do that from the inside so that I don't bend any of the top stuff when I'm putting the tank back in. And then I gotta do the fuel filter, which is, you know, under there. And I already have that right there, which I might just run the fuel filter just to see if there's any crud in it. I don't know, we'll see when I get to that part. But yeah, let's keep going on. Well, if you made it this far, the 4Runner is not done yet. It doesn't idle right. I actually disconnected the throttle position sensor, and it runs better with that disconnected. But then it still doesn't rev up how it should, and the exhaust still needs to be welded up, so it still sounds like a tractor. And what else? It stinks inside, like old people, because you know it hasn't been driven in a long time. So yeah, anyways, there'll be more videos on the 4Runner. And I gotta let these horses out. It is Christmas Day. Hello, ladies.